Hello there, this is the top-down Rubbel and blood system, and as you can see, you can spawn a lot of things, and this package contains quite a few sprites and other things you can just use and, well, just spray them on the screen and they just look good. So basically what I have here is just like a random spawner, and it just takes all this stuff out, and you can see, well, you can just litter the screen with all this stuff here. So how does it look like? Basically what we do need is once a layer for the surface, which is better below the instance, but you can do it as you please. And on this surface layer we're just gonna spawn all this stuff. So what do we have here? In our sprites we have like all the Rubbel sprites and all the smear sprites. And how does it work? So you have like the Rubbel, which is just being spawned a few times, and from time to time it will spawn a smaller version of it, sort of a smaller version of it with the same color palette, a little bit darker, a smear of the same type. So for example, if you spawn skull and bones, which we go in here, it will be spawning one of those here, and it just fly off, and from time to time it will spawn one of those smaller pixels, because they're quite small. So how can you set up this thing? This is quite easy, because you don't really need a lot of things to know here. First of all, you need your surface and put it into the room. Then you need, of course, the Rubbel parent and the smear parent, but these are being spawned, so these things have all the logic in there. You don't really have to touch anything in there, because they are pretty much as a closed system, and all the children, which are the Rubbel and the smear, are inheriting stuff. So for example, if you say I want to have some blood and do something with it, you just, for example, go into your Rubbel blood piece, and there you can adjust your things which you basically inherit. And if you don't change them, they are like one-to-one with the default Rubbel system, with the default Rubbel parent. But if you, for example, want to change like the X and Y scale, want to make it bigger, smaller, whatever you like, want to put into different speed because it shouldn't be flying too far off, or just more, you can change everything here. And the last thing is, for example, smearing. If you put it on true, it will spawn from time to time some smears with a timer of 3. So basically every 20 times a second there will be a smear being planted. And here you just say, alright, I want to have a smear, and then there you define what kind of smear you want to put in, but they're just automatically in there. So once, for example, you put in your Rubbel, this smear will be automatically assigned, because I already did that in advance. This is a service for you, so you don't really need to do anything. For example, I just go into, I don't know, skull and bones, it has Rubbel bones, so everything is one-to-one. But if you, for example, want to do another one, you can of course do additional ones, because the system is flexible and you can do whatever you like. So what can you do? For example, this is just a thing you can do, but this is of course not necessary. I did it in the test spawner, and here you can see it will randomly choose one kind of object, one Rubbel thing, and it just repeat it in between 15 and 30 times for one mouse click. This is what you saw on the screen, and you just say, alright, I want to put it, let's say, on the mouse button, or for example when an instant is being destroyed, and then you say on the X and Y, and put it on the surface layer, whatever you call your layer, and you just put in, for example, I don't know, your blood or whatever, and then it works. And so a lot of things are just automatic. You don't really have to do anything. You just need to go into your Rubbels and smears one time, and it just define how fast you want to have it. If it has a smearing, how often you want some spawning to do, and that's it. This system is very, very easy to use. So once you just assign what kind of stuff you want to put out, it will run automatically, and this is it.